Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. In this video I've got a different type of cutter. Most of the time you will see me using laser cutters, but this time I've got a vinyl cutter or plotter, however you want to call it. This machine's got a drag knife, and using the machine and a computer you can cut certain materials like cardstock, vinyl or other materials. I think it will be fun, so in this video I will do an unboxing, show you what's included in the kit, connect it to a computer and do some project on it. Maybe in the future I can also do a video using this machine in combination with sublimation. So if I can cut it out first and then sublimate it on a product, that would be I think pretty fun. But for now, just this machine. If you like it, let me know in the comment section. If you don't like it, yeah, you can also let me know. Maybe it's a machine for you, maybe not. But I think it will be fun to have a different machine once in a while. So for now, first do the unboxing and then we'll get started with the machine once it's connected. So let me open the box to see what's included. Put it here so you can see. There is vinyl included, red and blue. Also white. It's nice that they include this. Yellow and black. Let me see, is there any more? No, I think that's it. There's also a cutting mat included. Most of the times, yeah, like this, these are tacky, so you can put some things on there and then cut it. That's also included. There's an accessory kit. Let me see what's inside. You've got a USB cable, power cable. They even got an old serial cable. If you really have an old Windows 95 machine or something, you can use this one. There are some knives included, 3 knives, drag knives, so that's nice, and also a knife holder. And I think it's a holder for, oh yeah, for a pen, so you can also use a pen to draw if you want. A USB stick, probably with a driver or something. There's a scalpel. I think you can use it for the weeding if you want to take off the remains, the label when you cut it. Also Signmaster, so there's software included, that's nice. Yeah, so you don't need to purchase software. And there's an operation manual. It seems to be pretty basic, no colors, but I think it will do the trick. So let me see what more is included. I think this is the machine. So I will take it out, put the box away. Hop. It's well packaged. Let me take off these buns and reveal the machine. Get these away and remove the plastic. It feels pretty sturdy. As you can see, it's a pretty nice and compact machine. It's got a display on it, control buttons. Let me remove this. There's even a label included as an example that they used it for cutting. So yeah, this is the head. You can put the knife in here. It's got like a I think it's a solenoid, I'm not sure. It will drag the knife down. You can set the pressure, and then based on the settings you can do thicker and thinner materials. So I think you can set this in the software. So I will cut this loose, make sure connect it, and then I'll get back to you once it's connected so we can install it. So let's have a look at the machine itself. The total width of the machine is about 53 centimeters. The depth is 23 centimeters and the height 21.5. So it's a pretty compact machine. This is metal. This is also metal. These are plastic. There's a control board on the front with a screen. I will show you later what you can do with these controls. There are 2 pressure rollers. You can use the levers at the back to raise them to insert the paper or the vinyl, and you can also use this one, move them left to right to adjust for the size of the stock. There's also an end switch here, an end stop, so the machine knows where the head is if it's touching the end stop. There's also a laser pointer included, so it will shine on your paper, on your vinyl, and you can use this to set, for instance, the origin, so you know exactly where it is. The machine, they say it's 37.5 centimeters capacity, and that's correct. You can add a stock up to 37.5. However, the drag knife is over here, so I would say you can do a maximum around 29 centimeters cutting capacity, because yeah, you cannot cut on this side as the drag knife is over here. It's a plastic knife holder with a metal screw. It's okay because you don't need to remove it every time. You just put it in, tighten it, and that's okay. So next, let's have a look at the drag knife and the pen holder. So let's have a look at the knife holder. This part is plastic, these are metal. This one you can use to adjust the depth of the knife. This one is used to fixate the screw. So before you adjust it, you need to unscrew this one, then you can adjust it, and then you tighten it to make sure this is set properly and it will not move. There's a knob on the back which is spring loaded. This one you can use to take out the knife. If the knife is inserted, you press this, it will stick out, and you can grab it using tweezers or something else. Don't use your fingers because you might cut yourself, as this is really sharp. There's a magnet inside which will grab and hold the drag knife, so it will not fall out and it can swivel freely. So once the pen holder or the knife holder is in the machine, it can just drag around freely and the knife will just follow along. There's also a pen holder included, this one. It's also spring loaded. So if you want to do some drawing using the machine, or you want to see first before cutting what it looks like on a regular paper, for instance, you can put in the pen, you can see if everything is okay, and then you can put in the knife again and start cutting. Let me show you the knife. There are 3 knives included. This is one of them. There's a protective cover on them. Let me remove it. Here you can see the knife. You can see it's a really small but very sharp knife. It's an angled knife because normally you would only use the tip to cut the material. Don't put it in all the way because it can hardly spin around freely. So you would only need the tip of it. On the back side of the knife, you can see there's a little tip. It's pointy, and this is used to make sure that the knife can spin around freely on the magnet. Let me insert the knife. You can do this from the front of the holder. There's a hole in here. You can just put it in. It will be grabbed by the magnet, so it will not fall out. You can adjust it. It should only stick out. Hopefully you can see it. You can see it. It should only stick out a little tiny bit, just enough to cut through the material. If you do, for instance, cardstock and you want to cut it all the way through, you have to set it a little bit deeper so it will cut through the entire material. If you want to do, let's say, vinyl, you only want to cut the top of the vinyl. You don't want to cut the backer. So you can set it in the correct depth using this screw. But also on the machine, this is can go up and down, of course. And you can set the pressure in the software. For certain materials you need more or less pressure. So that's also a setting that you need to change. So you need to dial in the machine first using some maybe test materials. Once you get everything set properly, you can start using the machine. As said, there are 3 drag knives included. One is the inside now, and these ones are spare, so that's nice. But you can buy these also in different stores, so that's not an issue. So next up, I will show you the settings on the control board. So let's have a look at the menu. Let me turn on the machine. As you can see, the head will home itself against the end stop. The reset button will light up. You can see the machine is online. Current setting is 750 millimeters a second, and the pressure of this one is 150 grams. You can also see, let me put in a white paper, you can see the laser LED is shining. This one you can use to adjust it, the paper. The reset will of course reset the machine, so you can see it resets itself. If you press the option, you can use these arrow keys. So if I want to move it to the left, I can do so. If I want to move it to the right, I can do so. If I want to load and unload the paper, I can go up and down using the rollers. Let me home the machine again. If I press setup, you can see you can change the speed. So using the arrow keys up and down. So now it's 750, 770, 780, 60. So you can move these up and down. If you press the right one, you can change the pressure of the machine. 150, 160, 140. If you go further to the right, you can see the version of the software. And that's it. So let me reset it again. The machine will set itself. So that's basically the menu on the machine itself. You can also set the origin. Now you can see it goes down and you can move the machine and it will set itself. So that's the only keys on this machine. On the side you have the USB connector and also the serial port. And the other side you have the on-off switch. There's a fuse holder and the power socket. So with the machine, this software is included, Signmaster. You can use it to operate the machine, but also to create nice designs which you want to cut out using the plotter. If you don't have a CD-ROM anymore, which I can understand, there's also this USB stick included, which holds the same software. So you can also install it from here. You do need to have a serial number to be able to install the software. And I was looking for the serial number, but it's on the back of this lip. So if you open this one, there's a yellow sticker underneath which holds the serial number. You also need the serial number to be able to activate the software. The installation is pretty basic. If you use Windows to install the software, you just click continue, next, next, and so on. And it will ask you some pretty basic stuff. No difficult parts there. At a certain point, he will ask you for what machine you are connecting. So for this machine, you will select 375. And once you have the USB cable connected to your computer, it will be online automatically. So next up, let's go into the software and have a look at that. So once you open the software Signmaster, you'll be presented with this screen. You can either create a new document from scratch, open a document, or use one of these templates. For instance, candy box, product box, contour, bear, or other things. Also in here you have a settings menu. There you can change the language, or millimeters or inches, enable, disable the rulers and other topics. Also the page size you can set. You have an advanced tool. So there's many different settings that you can change in here and then save it. But for now I will just continue, open a new document. Currently as you can see in the layout, it's set to A4, but you can change it if you want to use a roll with vinyl. So you can change it all over here. And then you've got some basic stuff, like you can insert some letters. For instance, you can use them, make it larger, smaller. You can rotate it. So it's a little bit similar to Lightburn. You can also do some shapes, circles, squares and other things. You can also select them and delete them. You have some clip art that you can use, different things. For instance, if you want to, I don't know, put something in, you can just choose from this menu. Let's say you want this umbrella, you can place it, also enlarge it, make it smaller, and then you can cut it out. You can also print it if you have a printer connected, so you can maybe first do the printing, a color printer, and then you can cut it out using the contour option. So that's also convenient. And you have more free drawing options, magnifying options. So you have many things which I might discuss in a future video, but for now I want to keep it basic and then go through some basic things. And I want to do some cutting. Let's load the design, then load some paper in the machine and see what we can do. So let's load some paper to do some test cutting. I have inserted the pen holder. Let me move this one, adjust it a little bit like this. Now I can align it on the laser, so I will just hold it against the laser so I know my starting position. Press the option and then load the paper. So you can see I can just load it. If I press origin, this will be my origin. Now I go into the software. I've loaded a nice Santa Claus. Then we go to the cutting menu and do the area test. So that's a little bit the same as framing in Lightburn. Let me do this, and I say yes. He will see if it will fit on the paper, and as you can see it will fit. So I will say cut now, and then it will yeah, use the pen to draw the Santa Claus. Let me zoom in a little bit. Let me take it out. And here you can see, if I can focus, you've got a nice Santa Claus. Of course you can also cut this, but now I just used the pen. But you can see it turned out pretty nice. So let's adjust the knife. What you want to do is only cut the top of the vinyl. You don't want to cut into the backer. So this should stay intact. Easy way to do is just by dragging the knife onto this one. Let me say like this. And then you can see it will cut completely through. So that's, the knife is sticking out a little bit too much. So let me loosen this one. Screw it back a little bit. Tighten it. And then test again, just by holding it and dragging it. Now it's in too deep now. It will not cut into the vinyl. At least, let me check. Oh, it does cut into the vinyl. So let me check again. Like this. Yeah, so it cuts through the vinyl, but you can see it will not cut through the backer. So this is a good setting. So I will secure it. Put it in the machine, and then we can start using it. So I've changed the size of the working area. Now it's 130 millimeters in width and 80 millimeters in height. I've loaded some vinyl. As you can see, this is the same size. I've adjusted it and set the origin over here. So I've put in the Santa to see if we can cut it out. If I go to the plotter settings and to the properties, here I've changed it to a drag knife 45 degrees. I think it's 45 degrees. It's not on the box, but yeah, not sure. You can see it says 0.025 offset. So I've also set the offset to 0.25. I didn't calibrate it, so let's see what it does. If I do the area test, let me do that to see if it will fit on the vinyl. As you can see, it will. So let's cut it out and see what it does. Okay, now it's ready. Let me take it out. Let me move the camera down a little bit, so you can see what it looks like. I can see the cutting, but I need to weed it out. So let me see if I can do that. So it took some time to get all the remaining parts out, but you can see this is what is left. It's a fun little sticker. If you put some transfer foil over here, which will stick to the label, then you can peel off the backer and you can put it on something else. So it's a fun first try, I think. I still need to tweak a little bit the settings. I think I need to do the pressure a little bit higher or the knife a little bit deeper, because some parts were difficult to take out. But yeah, it's a little bit of trial and error in the beginning. Once you get the settings dialed in, you can write it down or save it in the settings in your software, and then you've got everything up and running. So next, I think it will be fun to put something on this mug, something for Christmas. I want to put in black Merry Christmas, then add a little Christmas tree in a different color. I have already put the black vinyl into the machine, which came with the machine. It is 30 centimeters wide and I think a couple of meters long. It was a roll which was included. So let's get into the software for the design. So I've chosen these two designs, so the Merry Christmas letters and the Christmas tree. First I will do the letters. I have measured the mug. As you can see, it's around 9.5 centimeters. So if I make it 7 centimeters high, it will be nice and centered. So what I did, I changed this one to 80 by 80 millimeters. So I know that the letters will fit onto the mug. Then I can select the letters and then press cutting. And I also changed the properties. So I made it 285 wide and 200 long, but it doesn't really matter because you only need the small, the 70 millimeters. The drag knife, I changed it to 60 degrees because I looked it up and it seems to be 60 degrees. So let's do done, and then you do the area test to see if it will fit. Let's do that. Oh, sorry. Let's say yes. You can see he will frame the cutting, and it seems to be okay. So let's say cut now, and then do yes. It will cut out the letters. Then I'm gonna peel it off, put a transfer foil on it, and then we can transfer it onto the mug. The only thing I forgot to do, and I will do that, is I wanna create a square around the text so I can weed it out. So let me do that first. Let me take this tool, square, and then do the square like so. Can I? Yes, I think I can do it like this. I don't want to fill it, but I don't think it will matter. Let me see if this works. Let me cut it out. Do the area test. Let's try it. Okay, so that's what I wanted. It only created the square, so now I can weed out everything inside of the square. That's what I want. So I'm going to do that now, and I will get back to you once this is done. So I have weeded off all the excess material. Now I'm going to use this transfer foil. Let me get this on there. Like this. Get a little area loose. I can put this one on. Then I can take off the transfer foil, including the letters. Like so. So now it's on the transfer foil. And now I'm gonna transfer it onto the mug. Let me align it. See if it's correct. Yeah, it's okay. Put this on the mug. Like so. Then I can remove it. Oh. Okay. So now you can see I have transferred it onto the mug. So that's the first one. Now I'm gonna do a little Christmas tree over here in a different color. So I have changed the vinyl. I've got the red one in there now. Already set the origin over here. So let's get into the software. So I have put the Christmas tree now on there. This one I will move. I will select it, go to the cutting, and then do the area test. Let me see if it will fit. And it does. So I will say cut now. Okay, so now let's remove it. Yes, and I need to weed it out. Let me cut it off. Like this. back in the machine. Oh. Like this. And I will start weeding it out. So I've taken off all the material. Let me remove this one as well. I don't need this one. So I only got the Christmas tree. Now again, let's take some transfer foil. Normally you would cut this to size, of course, but I want to reuse it, so I'm only using it to apply the sticker. Let me take this off. Make sure it sticks to the transfer foil. Like this. Now I can put it on the mug. It's just an example, of course, so I can do like this. Like so. And then take it off. It's not straight, but it's just as an example. So you can transfer this pretty easy using this this foil, and then you can create nice designs. Also multicolor. If you want to cut the letters in the green, you can fill the letters using the same method. Next up, I want to see if I can create this one multicolored. So what I want to do is cut this one again, and then using this green vinyl, and then don't remove the letters, but only remove the tree so the letters will remain. Transfer it onto here and see if it works out. So the weeding has been done. Let me put this one on. See if I can transfer it. So now it's on the transfer foil. Now let's see if I can get it on here. That works. It's not perfect, but I think it's a nice first try. So this is how you can do yeah, multicolored designs. So I've got some space over here and I want to finish it off putting a snowman on there. So I will load the black vinyl. Let me put it in, align it, hold it, load it. Set the origin, done. Let's get into the software. This is the design I want to do. Let's press cut, do the area test. That works out great. Let's cut it. It's done. Now I can unload it and then start weeding it out. So put the transfer foil on it. Let me see if I can take it off. So I have put it onto the transfer foil. Let's put this away and then put it on here. Like this. Put this down a little bit. Rub it on. And then I can remove it. Like this. Okay. And there you have it. A fun little snowman. So you can really create some fun things using this this plotter. Yeah, I'm just a beginner, but I think if you're more advanced or you'll be doing it a little bit longer, then you can come up with all kinds of fun projects. So it's really really fun to do. So for people who noticed, indeed different clothing. I don't shoot my videos on one day. Normally I shoot the videos during the week and then do the editing, and then in the weekend I will release the new video. So that's why sometimes you see me wearing different clothes in one video. But I want to discuss the print and cut function of Signmaster. I also did a video on this a long time ago using a laser cutter, but you can also use this option, this function, using the plotter. And I want to show you how you can do it, so you can easily print something using your regular printer, and then you can cut it out. Or let's say you want to do sublimation, you can first print it out using sublimation paper and sublimation ink, and then you can use the print and cut function to cut it out exactly, and you can sublimate it on whatever you want. So I think I will start with Signmaster, show you the option, then I will do the print, and then I will load the paper into the plotter and we can cut it out. And I will show you all the steps, how to do this and what the result will be. So I will use this snowman as an example. It's also the one that we put on the mug. Let me select the print and cut function. They call it contour cutting. Start the contour cut wizard. Here you can see the plotter has been connected, and this is the image we want to cut out. I will press build and it will start tracing the image. Now you can see it has been traced. I will say accept. Then I can say print PDF. And it's important, it will also tell you that you will print it on the actual size. Don't resize it or fit it to paper, because you need to have it exactly the same. I have already printed it. Here you can see it. You can also see the registration marks, which we need later on to align the knife. I will say cut, and it will ask me to load the paper. So I will do so. Let me load it into the machine like this. Let me align this one a little bit and then load it. It will ask me to put the cutter 1 inch below this mark. So here you've got the mark. Let me show you. Let me put it a little bit closer. Let me align it so you can have a look at it. Here you can see the mark, and we need to place the cutter about 1 inch to the right and below. So let me do that. This one. Something like this. And then I press set origin. Now I press next. And it will ask me to put the knife or the cutter exactly on the first registration mark. Don't use the keys on the machine, but use the software, because it needs to register. Let me put this one here so you can see. So I can move. I will move the cutter head to the left. A little bit, small increments. And then also put it up. An easy way to check it, to see if the cutter is on the right place, is to hold this one and press this. So you can see the knife, the drag knife. I need to be a little bit to the right. And this seems to be okay. Let me check the top. Now it needs to be a little bit. So I will select ultra fine and then do a little bit more. Need a little bit more than that. I think we're almost there. A little bit more. I think that should do it. Then we press next. We go to the next mark. Let me see what I need to do. I need to put it, I think it's almost there. A little bit to the right, I think. Let me check again. I think it's okay. Now we go to the next one and see if this is aligned or not. I think it's a little bit to the right. I think it's okay. Now we go to the next. Need to check the last one. Move it a little bit to the left. Let me do that. I think it's okay. So I will press next. Then it says okay. And now you can say cut now. And then I want to proceed cutting, yes. So it will cut out the image. Okay, now it's ready. I will move the camera to here so you can see. Let me take it out. A little bit more. Let me lower the camera so you can have a look with me. Okay, hopefully I can peel off this one. Oh, it's really stuck on there. So this tacky mat is really tacky.
We have sort of a problem here.
You can see, this is really a sticky mat. Hopefully I can peel it off. But you can already see I need to clean my mat later, I think. Let me see if I can get everything off so you can see the result. But you can already see that it has cut. This mat is really horrible. Sorry, you. This is. I think I will do the other side, and I will cut it using some tape, because this one is it's too tacky. Not sure why it is, but man, yeah, well, it did work. You can clearly see everything is cut, but I cannot take off this. I will have to clean it with water, I guess, to take it off, because it's just too tacky. But you can clearly see over here that everything has been cut. I will remove this and I will do it over using the other side and using some painter's tape. So let's do it again. I have removed all the small bits, so only the head remained. I will press the contour wizard again. I will say build. It will trace the image again. I will say accept. I will say skip because I already printed it. Then I will say cut. This time I've put it on using painter's tape, as you can see, not on the sticky side, but the other side. So it will be easier to take it off. It says that I need to insert the paper into the machine. Let me do so. Let me load it. And let me set the origin like here. So I have set the origin. I will press next. I will align the first one. Let me move the camera so you can see it a little bit better. Let me zoom in a little bit. Like this. And the better you align your knife onto the mark, the better it will be cut out, of course. Okay, that's good. I will press next and I will say cut now and accept it. So it will be cut out. All right, let me move the camera so you can see it. I will take out the paper. Let me zoom in a little bit. If I now take off the paper, let me remove it from the top. If I take it out, you can see the head is cut. As you can see, it's nicely cut around the contour. You can see over here, you can see a little white line. That means I didn't correctly align it. Let me take it. Also over here. So that means I was not spot on the marker. Now it is because I don't have a light. It would be easier to have a good light on the marker. But this is just my own error. So if you align it perfectly, it will also be cut out exactly on the contour. So that's a very easy way to print and cut something. As said, especially for sublimation, for instance, if you you print something to sublimate, you can exactly cut it out and then put it on the marker or whatever you want to sublimate it on, and then put it in the press. So it's a very nice feature to have, and it works great with the machine. So what do I think about the Vevor 375 plotter? I think it's a pretty capable machine. It performs pretty well. I like the fact that it's a small desktop size machine, especially for me. I'm not using it on a daily basis, so I can just put it away if I'm not using it. If I want to use it, put it on the table, hook it up to a computer, and off you go. So I like that very much. The handles on the back to adjust the wheels, the tension, and also to load the paper, they work. But yeah, as it's on the back, I think you have other ways. Like other machines, they have this load button, so you can easily load some stock pressing one button. Of course, that comes at a price point. This is more an entry level, I think a hobby machine. And for the price point, I think you get good value for the money. The knife holder, the cutter is pretty sharp. It cuts pretty well. The knife holder, you do need to adjust it every time you want to change the material. So you have to take it out, set it correctly, test the depth to see if everything is okay, and put it back. It's not a big deal, but there are again other machines that have these automatic settings. But also these knife holders and the knives, the blades are pretty expensive, where this one is pretty inexpensive. So I do prefer this one. You can get these blades at many stores online, and they don't cost so much. But they are 3 included, so that's nice from Vevor to include that. I've done some different testing. We did the mug. I had a nice Christmas snowman on there, a 2-colored Christmas tree. That worked out great. And also the letters, so you can do some fun stuff with this. The stickers, you can easily create some stickers to give away to friends or whatever. I did use the pen holder, which is also included. Again, that works great, so you can do some drawing, or you can first test it out on paper. Once you are satisfied with everything, put in the blade and cut it out. Also, the print and cut function works great. I've shown it in the video. You can first print it out using your regular printer. You can do a multicolor design, or maybe for sublimation you can print it first. Then using the program which is included, Signmaster, you can do the print and cut, or contour and cut I think it was. And then you can just cut it out exactly, and that works great. So again, a very nice feature. The mat which is included, this side works great. The other side, maybe I'm doing it wrong, but the tacky side, it is just too tacky. I put on a paper and I couldn't take it off anymore. So I had to put it under the tap, clean it with water, and now it's clean again. So I think there are better mats on the market, but they are not so expensive. You can just purchase them if you want. Included foil. It's great that they include several rolls with different colors. But it is pretty flimsy, pretty thin vinyl which is included, and I tested it, and for me it was more difficult to use this one than the ones I purchased off Amazon. Let me take one. Here you can see I've got these ones. This is the yellow one. These are much thicker, and for me it was a lot easier to use these ones, especially when you want to cut small pieces. It's easier to take it off and weed it than using the included one. Again, for larger objects or larger cuttings, I think this is okay. Also for testing and doing some sampling, but I would prefer getting a little bit a thicker material when doing the cutting. But overall, I think it's a good machine. Again, especially for the price point. Yeah, it's got all the options that you need, in my opinion. It works as intended. No difficulties installing the software or connecting the machine. So yeah, everything worked out great. So I can recommend this machine for people who want to start maybe as a hobby, entry-level machines. Yeah. So if you like the video, let me know. Give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will post new videos on regular basis, mainly on Sundays. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. Hope to see you in the next one, and take care. Bye bye.